So this is a brief conversation about how black men across America are leaving more than $1 million on the table over the course of their lifetimes. Over $1 million being left on the table for black men. Once again, a message from Dr. Matthews. This is Dr. Marcus Matthews, Doctor of Education, talking for a minute about how black men are losing or leaving over $1 million on the table over their lifetime. So 2011 census data tells us that a person with a high school diploma earns about $1.4 million over their lifetime. All right. Now, this same data tells us that individuals with a bachelor's degree earn more than $2.4 million over a working lifetime. So from having a high school diploma to having a college degree, on average, because of course we know that there are people who do not even have a high school diploma who are millionaires. We know that. All right. We know that there are people who have a high school diploma and no college, and they're millionaires. We know that. All right. And we also know that there are people who have college degrees who are not gainfully employed, and that's very unfortunate. So what we're talking about is the average in general. So many times we get so caught up in details that we miss the big picture. So we're focusing on the big picture. And what the big picture via research, and this is what I wrote my dissertation about. Again, as a doctor of education, this is what I wrote my dissertation about. It was using constructivist grounded theory to understand how black males graduate from predominantly white four-year institutions. So basically, how do black men graduate from white colleges? But we can also take this data, this information, and we can apply it across the board and just look at the simple fact that, period, regardless of race, gender, if you have a high school diploma, you're probably going to earn around $1.4 million over your lifetime. If you have a bachelor's degree, you're probably going to earn around $2.4 million over your lifetime. That's just what the data says, okay? So we're talking about $1 million in difference that's being left on the table. And my study was about black men because I'm a black man, right? So what did I find out? What did the study show me? There are two things we're going to talk about. And both involve commitments. There's a concept called institutional commitment, and there's a concept called goal commitment. Institutional commitment means I'm committed to this institution. I'm committed to the University of Memphis. I'm committed to wherever it is that I go to school, right? Yale, Harvard, Duke. I'm committed. Okay. The next commitment is goal commitment. Goal commitment says I will be a doctor. I will be a professor. I will be an engineer. I will be a lawyer. So here we're talking about two commitments: institutional commitment, goal commitment. What the research tells us is that institutional commitment is behind goal commitment. So goal commitment is number one. So if as a young black man, right, as a college student, as a child, if you walk into your educational platform and you know on the front end, I'm going to be a lawyer, you're way more likely to get your bachelor's degree because you know in order to have entry into law school, you have to have a bachelor's degree. So you're going to get that first degree because you need that first degree to get to your ultimate goal. If you have that goal commitment, right? If you're committed to the goal of being a doctor, you know, in order to get to med school, in order to get to grad school, you gotta have a bachelor's degree. So that goal commitment trumps any other commitment, right? So that goal commitment is number one. Students who have that goal commitment, they already know what they want to be. They're good in many cases. Next thing is institutional commitment. Institutional commitment says I love my school. I love my fraternity. I love my team. I love my newspaper. There's something in that university and something in that college that makes you keep coming back. There's a camaraderie built somewhere. You're a member of the Black Students Association. You're a member of the Student Government Association. You're a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. All right, you're on the baseball team. There's something at that university that keeps you coming back. That leads to graduation. Okay, so we're talking about two things that make a huge amount of difference in not only your college career, but your earning potential over your lifetime. So this is not just to college students. I'm talking to parents of students in college. We're talking to cousins, uncles, aunties, people who have individuals that they're related to, that they're connected to, that are going into an institution of higher learning, and we say, oh, we want to make sure you graduate. I'm a first generation graduate. Both my mom and my father have high school diplomas. Neither finished college. I'm a doctor of education. How does this happen? I'm telling you what the research says, and I'm telling you how $1 million is being left on the table each and every year. Okay? Each and every lifetime. You're talking about the difference between 2.4 million and 1.4 million. Okay? And we're talking about two simple things: being committed to a goal or being committed to an institution, preferably being committed to a goal. Because if you're committed to a goal, it doesn't even matter where you go to school. You know what you come to do. And that is what you set your sights on, and you're going to see it through. Okay? So regardless of what goes on, you know I have to reach this goal. So those of us who are adults, how do we help that next generation to make sure they don't leave $1 million on the table? We help them set goals. We help them to realize that, look, we're going to make this vision a reality. Okay? And regardless of where we started, because life for everybody has not been a crystal stair, but regardless of where you started, if you set that goal, you commit yourself to this institution, and you see it through, you're looking at an extra $1 million over your lifetime. And I don't know about anybody else out there that I can speak for, but you can give me an extra $1 million right now, and I'm going to be happy. So again, not going to make it long. Dr. Matthews, Doctor of Education. I researched this information. I wanted to deliver this message. Institutional commitment, goal commitment, an extra $1 million over your lifetime. Until the next time you get a message from Dr. Matthews, walk in your purpose.